Yeah, hey guys, it's Brad Gale here again. Just got done with a massive event here in Docklands in Melbourne. Absolutely ripper. I'm so pumped and excited. I just wanted to take a quick 5 minutes just out of my day just to upload another live video. It's a bit windy outside, so my hair's all over the shop. It's all good. We'll make it work. But just really wanted to touch on reframing. That's the topic for today. So reframing, what does it mean? It's taking a bad situation that you feel is bad in your head and really transferring it into almost like a lesson and something that's positive. So getting you out of that negative mind state. Now, I just wanted to share a quick story on exactly what I mean by that. This morning I was catching an Uber. I was on my way to another meeting, and the Uber driver, he was pretty fresh to the country. I think he was from Sudan. And, you know, he's a really nice guy and all that sort of stuff, but I'm not too sure if you ever caught an Uber before. And you know your way, how to get there, because you're not in control, you're not driving, but they take a wrong turn and you immediately get like anxiety or stress, like, oh my God, where are you going? You know, you're charging me money for this trip. You don't even know where you're going. Oh, I do, but you don't. And if you're sitting in the back seat, you're staring at them burning holes in the back of the head going, mate, you know, what are you doing? This guy took the worst turn. Like, he went up another freeway, and it really ended up being double the length of a trip. I was ended up running late for the meeting, but while I was in the Uber, I caught myself being in a negative state, and I was really frustrated because I didn't want to be late. I hate being late, and I always got taught if you're on time, you're late. If you're 5 minutes early, you're on time. So that's a really good lesson you can write down there. But I had the headphones in, so what I did is I was aware that I was in a negative state. I played one of my favourite songs at the time. I won't tell you what it is, but I was playing another one of my favourite songs, got it out of that negative state, changed my physiology. I said, I understand he's new to the country and he might not know the roads, or he didn't do it on purpose. So I reframed my sort of my state that I was in, and I started asking questions about him, like, hey, listen, man, you know, what do you love to do? How long have you been in the country for? You know, you like to drive. You know, what, like, have you ever wanted to travel before? Stuff like that. And he ended up, you know, just being really open and nice, and the rest of the trip was absolutely amazing. Actually flew because we were talking and have a conversation, and actually got another customer just from doing that. So it actually turned into a positive. So there's a lot of people that feel, you know, when they get into a negative state, they're going to need to realise, is it really a bad 5 minutes or a bad 5 minutes that they've milked all day? And you get so many people that get into that state and they just drag it out for the rest of the day, and they go, oh my God, why does everything happen to me for? The world's against me. It always happens to me. When really, you get out, or you get back what you project. So if you're projecting negative energy, of course there's going to be negative things that happen to you during the day. Whereas if you reframe it and flip it to a positive energy, and you project that out, you'd be amazed how much your day actually changes and turns into a positive day. So there's a couple of questions that I always ask myself when I'm in that state. If something happens, I might step in a puddle. You know, someone might cut me off when I'm driving. An Uber driver takes the wrong turn. I think, how can I learn from this? And what could I have done differently? They're the two questions I always ask myself. How can I learn from this, and what could I have done differently? So they're the two questions I always, and you can apply that to anything. If you ask yourself those questions, you get into a different thought pattern, and you'll start to change your view on the situation and start to become more positive. Even with confusion, like, people, when they get confused and don't understand something, they feel silly. And you shouldn't really feel silly, because it's an opportunity to learn something new. And once you start learning something new, you go through and admitting that you need to learn something new. You go through the learning phase, which is quite like a frustration stage. And then once you sort of keep at it and consistent, you break through that, you work through that frustration stage, and then you go into the breakthrough stage, which is the next level where you can actually learn something new. So next time you do it, you're not so confused or you feel silly. You feel, wow, I've actually grown as a person. I've learned something new, and I'm confident to do that. I did touch on confidence in my last live post, so if you haven't seen that, go back and watch that one I did on Monday. Today is Wednesday here in Melbourne again. But that's really what I really want to share. It's not the end of the world. The situation could be worse. If you're on hold for half an hour to Telstra or Optus, whoever you're with, It could be worse. It could be, it could be 2 hours. You never know. Instead of the Uber driver taking a wrong turn, he could have been in a car accident. It could have been a lot worse. So that's something you really need to reframe. That's all I really want to touch on today, guys. If it did add value, if you did add value to yourself, definitely like, comment, share it with someone. Let's all add value to each other's lives and be the best version of ourselves as we can be. I'll catch you next time. See ya.